Let's go!
No, he's gonna be fair.
Ed Kelsey's eyes glimmered with a rare mixture of pride and nostalgia as he entered the grand, ivy-draped mansion just outside Cleveland, Ohio. The early evening sunlight bathed the old stone walkway in a golden hue. On any other summer Sunday, he might have been watching a baseball game or grilling out back, but today was utterly different. Today, his son Travis Kelce, the NFL superstar with the magnetic smile and Ohio roots, was celebrating his engagement to none other than Taylor Swift, a global icon whose songs had, for millions, become the soundtrack of their lives. If you had told Ed 10 years ago that Travis would one day be engaged to the world's biggest pop star, he might have chuckled and shaken his head. Yet as he walked through the arched doors, greeted by the scent of fresh peonies and laughter echoing down the hall, Ed was overwhelmed by the sense that this moment was exactly where his family was meant to be. The engagement wasn't some gaudy spectacle. Travis and Taylor had chosen to keep things intimate, inviting only their closest friends and family, a handful of Travis's old Chiefs teammates, and a sprinkling of Taylor's lifelong collaborators. There were no paparazzi, no camera crews, only the warmth of family, the hum of conversation, and the anticipation that something unforgettable was about to unfold. Ed had dressed carefully for the day, a classic black three-piece suit with a crisp white shirt, his cufflinks a subtle nod to the Chiefs. But beneath the formal attire, he felt the same excited nervousness he'd felt on Travis's first day of kindergarten. As he spotted his son across the room, standing tall and beaming in a perfectly tailored black suit with a white flower pinned to his lapel, Ed's heart swelled with pride. Ed wasn't the only parent beaming that day. Across the room, Andrea Swift, Taylor's mother, was engaged in an animated conversation with Ed, their laughter rising above the gentle clinking of glasses. In that moment, any divide between music royalty and sports royalty melted away. They were just two parents, grateful to see their children so happy. The ceremony itself was simple but poignant. Travis and Taylor stood hand in hand beneath a canopy of twinkling fairy lights. Taylor's dress was breathtaking, a backless silk creation that shimmered with every movement, paired with a delicate smile that seemed to hold 1,000 secrets. Travis never took his eyes off her, his expression a portrait of adoration. When the officiant spoke, the room quieted to a hush, but it was Ed's speech that truly captivated the gathering. He cleared his throat, glanced at Travis, and began, "I always wanted my son to find someone who could be his teammate in this big game called life. Someone who'd share his triumphs, his setbacks, and all the little moments in between." He paused, his voice catching just slightly. "When I met Taylor, I saw something new in Travis. A light in his eyes. I knew she was the person who could write a complete journey with him." As Ed finished, the room erupted in applause. Even Taylor, known for her composure on the world's biggest stages, wiped away a tear. Ed stepped forward and hugged Taylor, holding her hand as if to say, "Welcome to the family." The moment was tender, authentic, one that would soon be shared across social media, touching hearts far beyond that old Ohio mansion. Outside, the sun dipped lower, painting the sky in hues of lavender and rose. Guests spilled out onto the lawn for a group photo, and Travis, ever the gentleman, slipped his arm around Taylor's waist, planting a soft kiss on her forehead while she leaned into him. The picture, when it eventually surfaced online, became an instant favorite among fans, a candid, movie-worthy glimpse into a love story that felt both larger than life and deeply real. The engagement was not just a union of two celebrities, but a blending of families, values, and dreams. After the ceremony, Ed made the rounds, raising his glass to every member of the Swift family. "We're not just in-laws," he joked. "We're teammates in a lifelong game." The remark drew laughter from Andrea Swift and broke the ice for the rest of the evening. The atmosphere was relaxed, devoid of the tensions that sometimes accompany high-profile family gatherings. Instead, it felt like a reunion, a celebration of love, yes, but also of newfound kinship. Social media, unsurprisingly, exploded as soon as the first behind-the-scenes images surfaced. The hashtags #KelsWiftenEngaged, #PapaKelsey, and #SwiftKelseyLove trended within hours, with fans around the world gushing over the fairy tale romance. One commenter wrote, Ed Kelce is the father figure we all wish we had. The way he looks at Taylor, you'd think she was his daughter already. Another mused, "This is the love story for the ages, a pop princess and a football hero, supported by families who couldn't be happier." But perhaps the most touching tribute came not from a family member or a fan, but from a newborn baby girl in Missouri. Just days before the engagement, Liberty Memorial Hospital announced the birth of Kelsey Taylor, a baby named in honor of the power couple, swaddled in red next to a Chiefs jersey. The nurses reported that baby Kelsey loved her special name, and fans responded with an outpouring of love for the newest member of the Red Kingdom. For many, it was proof that Taylor and Travis's story was already inspiring the next generation. Of course, the road to this day hadn't always been smooth. Rumors of their engagement began swirling months earlier after eagle-eyed fans spotted what looked like a ring on Taylor's finger in a photo Travis posted to Instagram. Internet sleuths went into a frenzy, zooming in and speculating about what it all meant. It turned out Taylor was wearing Travis's Super Bowl rings in the snapshot, a playful nod to his career rather than an official announcement. But the excitement only grew, and when Travis finally made their relationship Instagram official, sharing never-before-seen moments from snowy trips to Montana and cozy dinners with friends, the world knew something special was brewing. Looking back, it's almost poetic how their love story began. In July 2023, Taylor brought her record-shattering Eras tour to Arrowhead Stadium, home of the Kansas City Chiefs. Travis, a self-proclaimed huge Swiftie, attended the show with a plan to give Taylor a friendship bracelet with his phone number on it, a tradition among Swifties. But fate intervened, and he couldn't deliver the bracelet due to Taylor's pre-show rituals. "I was disappointed," Travis admitted on his New Heights podcast. "But I decided to shoot my shot and invite her to a game instead." The rest, as they say, is history. Taylor accepted the invitation, and soon the two were spotted together at games, concerts, and late-night dinners. Their chemistry was undeniable, two public figures who somehow managed to find real, honest connection in the glare of the world's spotlight. Fans watched as Travis's mustache became a symbol of their early days together, as inside jokes and shared glances hinted at the depth of their bond. Through it all, Ed was there. He watched his son transform from a local Ohio kid with big dreams into an NFL superstar, and now, into a man starting a new chapter with someone he truly loved. For Ed, the engagement wasn't just a celebration of Travis and Taylor. It was a culmination of every lesson he tried to teach his son about loyalty, kindness, and the importance of family. As the evening wore on, the party transformed from formal celebration to joyful dance. Taylor's friends, including the ever-cool Hyam sisters, joined Travis's teammates on the dance floor. Laughter echoed through the halls, and even Ed found himself two-stepping with Andrea, both of them relishing this rare moment of peace and happiness. By night's end, as fireflies flickered outside and the music faded, Ed stood back and took it all in. He knew the world would be watching every step Travis and Taylor took next. There would be more headlines, more speculation, more moments in the public eye. But for now, all that mattered was the love that radiated from his family, a love that, despite fame and fortune, remained grounded in the simple, enduring bonds that had always defined them. And somewhere in Missouri, a newborn named Kelsey Taylor slept soundly, while a world away, millions of fans awaited the next chapter in the Kelsey Swift fairy tale, eager to follow along as two worlds, two families, and two hearts became one. Because every great love story deserves a new beginning. And for Ed Kelce, for Travis and Taylor, and for everyone lucky enough to witness it, this was just the start.